Hey y'all, hey. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. We got 2 more days before Turkey Day. I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are ready. I had to get my little water. This ain't no water. This ain't little. It's 40 ounces. My second one of the day. I hope you guys are doing okay. Like I said, happy Tuesday. Where's my notes? Because we're doing something a little bit different today. Okay. Okay. All right. Right. Hey, Kendra, what's going on? Um, it never fails. I'm always missing something. It is what it is. But we are doing things a little bit different today. So, welcome to I guess you want to call it travel talk with Tracy. That's what it usually is. But today we're talking about being a travel agent. Period. That's it. That's it. That's all. Period. How to be, well, no, not even how to become an agent, just being a travel agent from someone who is a real travel agent. Hey, Ashley. Um, Talking about some of the best places, destinations, tips, tricks, things, people, mistakes they make. And this is coming from a real live travel agent, right? It is still a travel Q&A. So if you've got questions about travel, go ahead and put them right down here below. Okay. But tonight we're talking about what it's like to be a real travel agent, right? I am your host, Tracy, and I am a travel agent. And tonight we're going to talk about, I guess being a travel agent from my point of view as a travel agent. Okay? All right. So, again, if you want to ask questions, go ahead and put it down below, right? Or you can go into my inbox. Just make sure we're connected. All right. You following me, I'm following you. And if you got a question because you don't want nobody all in your business, it's okay. Go into my inbox, ask your question, and I'm going to answer it. Okay. And no question is silly or stupid or dumb or anything else. The dumbest question that you have is the one you do not ask. So while you're sitting here, question is silly or stupid or dumb or anything else. The dumbest question that you have is the one you do not ask. So while you're sitting here, has abandoned me. Okay. All right. Hey, Big Three. I'm still talking to y'all. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is an interactive TikTok live. Okay. All right. So I'm kind of hoping that you guys will interact with me, engage with me, if you will. All right. Ask some real questions, the ones you really want to know the answers to. You can ask me anything. Okay. Hey, user 6879, I'll answer your questions. Welcome on in. All right. Just show me some love. Let me know I ain't sitting up here by myself being all crazy. And when you see the hearts, when you go back. When you see the hearts, add your own. We play follow the leader over here, okay? We play follow the leader over here. It's okay to follow keep up with the Joneses, because tonight I am the Joneses, okay? All right, let me see. Anything else? Oh, if you do need to know something about the business side of being a travel agent, how to become a travel agent, because we're not really going to be talking about that tonight at all, okay? I will give you that opportunity to go ahead and visit my no cost to you webinar at travelagentworkshop.com. Let me go ahead and show you that right now. Right now. Hey, JC55. Let me show you that right now. Mirror. There we go. Travelagentworkshop.com. And the code you're going to use is TNight5602. That's travelagentworkshop.com. And the code is TNight5602. Or you can go ahead and text the word workshop. Hey, Jackie. Text the word workshop to 281-767. No, it's not. It's 787. Yo, 281-767-9711. Look, I do speed dialing over here. I like to press a face on my phone and just call somebody. All right. And while we're here, don't forget, like I said, show some love and share the live. All right. Share the live, because I know that there's at least 5 people that you know that I don't know. Okay. All right. And let's see how many likes we can get this up, because I would really want to give away a travel getaway. Okay. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Welcome in. All right. So let's go ahead and get this started, because time is one of them precious commodities that we cannot get back. Okay. All right. Hey, Tisha. So we're talking about being a travel agent, period, point blank. All right. And like I said, I want y'all to interact with us, sister. Thank you for your daily heart me. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's see. And thank you for the roses. Okay. So check it out. The theme of tonight is, I probably said it 6 times below because I just want to make sure. The theme of tonight is what it is really like being a travel agent. Travel tips, best places, destinations, when to book, when not to book, and a whole lot more. So if you got questions about that, that's what we're talking about today. Not on the business side, being a travel agent, period. Okay? All right. So, again, my name is Tracy. I am a travel agent, right? You're a travel bestie, as a matter of fact. And I am a certified cruise specialist. So if you're thinking about getting your first cruise or your 31st cruise on the books, that would be me. That would be me. Okay. All right. Let's keep that in mind. So tonight we're really talking about us being a travel agent and all other stuff. So I'm gonna drop all the little nuggets. I had to get them all typed up because I don't even want to miss nothing. Okay. Let me turn that right back around because that just throws me off. Okay, because I'm right-handed. I like to see my right hand up when I throw my right hand up. Hey, Michelle, what's going on? Am I the only one? No, of course not. Okay, so while you're coming in, getting your little sippy sip-ons, getting your little backside into your seat in the peekaboo room, drop where you're from. I am currently located in the DMV. That's the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. I live in the Maryland part. Hey, Nana Rowe. Okay, and I want y'all to tell me your dream destination. Now, like I said, I live in Maryland, and my dream destination right now is Australia. It changes, but it's always been Australia, right? I think I got hooked on Australia because I used to watch General Hospital. I know I'm not the only one. Okay, maybe I might be revealing my age because now I ain't 21. I know I look it. But I used to watch General Hospital, and I absolutely loved Robert Scorpio. Okay, am I by myself? Show me some. Look, I'll show some love because I love Robert Scorpio. Okay. Tisha says she is in Houston and she would love to go to the Maldives. Girl, there was a webinar on that, and when they showed the Maldives, and first of all, I'm thinking, I can actually afford the Maldives? The Maldives was one of those exotic places that I thought only the rich and famous could go. Girl, I could go to the Maldives with some good planning and budgeting and a good travel agent, which would be me. But I'm like, the Maldives, girl, yes. That's on the list. It's on the list. Hey, little bit. Thank you for answering the question. So we know that Tisha's in Houston. I am in Maryland. She's going to the Maldives, and I'm going to Australia. All right. Who else is here? Who else? And where are you from? And what's your dream destination? That's what I really want to know. I did tell y'all this is an interactive TikTok. Okay. Because we're going to be talking about some stuff. Not like we normally do. Okay. It's a little bit different. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and jump on into it because like I said, time is precious. And we want to get most of it in before our sister get hungry. Okay. All right. So since we're not talking about the business opportunity today, we're going to be strictly talking travel. Best time of the year to book. When the prices drop, and they do. Where to go each season, right? Because sometimes certain parts of the year, you really want to be in certain parts of the world. Okay. Cruise tips, my fave. Mistakes that most travelers make. And look, y'all not alone. I've done it too. Hey, Nene, I've done it too. Okay, don't think you're by yourself. Travel insurance basics. I know y'all don't even want to talk about travel insurance, but we will. And anything you guys ask me, because I ain't scared. Ask your question. Put it right there. All right, you good with that? Y'all good with that? I'm good with that. All right, let's get into it then. All right, cool. Let me ask you something really quick before we go into it. How do I want to put this? All right, we're almost at the end of 2025, right? But it is holiday season. People are traveling. Are you traveling anywhere between now and the end of the year? Or do you have your mind set up on your trip for 2026, right? Let me know where you're trying to go, and I'm gonna let you know if it's a good time to go. I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm your online travel agent today. Okay. Hey, Melissa. Right. So if you're trying to get somewhere between now and the end of the year, let me know. I'm gonna tell you, oh no, it's not a good time. Girl, you better get there quick. That's how we rolling tonight. And I'm seeing the hearts. I'm following the leader. Let's go ahead. Let's get to 5,000 likes today. Let's do that. Let's do that. What's going on, Melissa? How are you doing? Okay. All right. Let me tell you a little bit about me, just a little bit. I started this business because I love to travel, like a lot of people. I wanted to be a travel agent, right? I started when I was working full time as a federal government employee, getting ready to retire. Now, I did retire a couple of years early, okay, but that had nothing to do. No, it had everything to do with what's going on out there because I was trying to get out before they put me out. Melissa says, "I'm good. Glad I got to catch you live again." I'm so glad you're here, Melissa. Are you in the business, Melissa? Because I didn't get a chance to look at your profile. Hey, Gwen's. But I'm glad you're here. Anyway, I started being a travel agent because I love to travel. And since 2009, I had been booking my travel, my family's travel, and anybody that wanted to go with us, okay? I was the travel agent. Anybody who knew me knew I was going somewhere. And of course, you want to go? You can go. Okay? So I was doing that, right? And then I realized that a lot of people needed help planning. It ain't just as easy as I want to go to the Maldives and then just go. It takes some planning, okay? Actually, I had people ask me, right? Because they all in my business in my bank account or whatever, right? Melissa says, "No, ma'am, I'm learning so I can figure out what to do next." You mean after you start your business and become an agent on my team? We ain't even talk about that tonight, Melissa girl, but you know where to find me. Go ahead, go to the DMs. Okay. That Bailey girl, how you doing? All right. So I decided a lot of people needed help planning their trips. Why not me? I love doing it anyway. I get the warm and fuzzies as a travel agent. Okay. So I started doing that, right? I've seen prices drop. I've seen people get scammed. Po babies. Ooh. Okay. And I've also saved people hundreds of dollars by knowing when to book and how to book, right? All right. So I just kind of want to share those travel agent nuggets with y'all tonight. Can I do that? Can I do that? If I can do that, y'all show me some love. Show me some hearts. If I can do that, show me some love. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and just really jump into it now. Okay. Best times of the year to book travel. Okay. All right. That's the biggest question. When is the best time to book travel? Look, people travel all year round, okay? I do want y'all to know that people are still out there traveling. 85% of y'all are booking travel every day. You're not travel agents, at least you're not paid travel agents, but you're booking travel every day. Travel ain't went nowhere, okay? So you're still booking travel, right? But you want to know, as the traveler, when is the best time to book? Okay, so here's the tea. You ready? When you're cruising, Melissa says, "I'm going on a cruise next month." Girl, you right? And you're not a travel agent yet? Melissa, girl, if you don't go into my DM, or did you, let me put this up here really quick, because I can't have you out there all willy-nilly booking travel. Let me put this up there right quick. Hold on. Doing it all DIY. Oh, okay. Let me see. Where is it at? There it is. Because I'm only going to put this up maybe one or twice. Go ahead and go to the workshop, travelagentworkshop.com, and use that code TNIGHT5602. Okay, because she getting ready to travel next month. Did you book it already though, Melissa? Is it already booked and paid for? You're done? All you gotta do is wake up and go. And that's good too, because you're gonna learn a few things, okay? Because like I said, we're not really talking about the business side today. Unless you got a specific question about it, I'm not gonna turn the question down. Okay, all right. When it comes to cruising, all right, there is something called a wave season, right? I didn't know that until I became a travel agent, right? Something called a wave season. Now, the wave season is between January and March in the year, right? That's the biggest and the busiest time of the year, because that's when people who did their Black Friday bookings, Cyber Monday bookings, and yes, travel has Black Friday and Cyber Monday stuff, okay? And then January through March, they traveling, and they traveling right nice, saving a few dollars. Hey, elegance, right? Because they're traveling during wave season, okay? Like I said, that's through January and March. But let me tell y'all something. I got kids. They ain't kids no more. They grown. Got kids, okay? We're empty nesters, my husband and I, right? if I were going to cruise during wave season, and this me just keeping it real, travel agent to y'all, okay? I wouldn't go in March. Why? Spring break. Okay. Now I love people and I love watching people have fun. Okay. But the first cruise my husband was able to go on, we did it during spring break, left out of the port here in Baltimore, Maryland, right? In March on the Carnival Pride. Great ship. Had a great time. Right. It was spring break. I ain't seen, look, I like to be on a fun ship. I do, because that's one of my favorite cruise lines. But look, I ain't trying to be up there. I saw more buttocks and boobs that I needed to see, that I didn't give birth to. All right? And I heard a lot of whoop, 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 potty, potty. See, I was on vacation. I was celebrating completing a class for paralegal, well, my paralegal courses, and my husband was the first cruise. Honey, first of all, it was a lots of people. And then it was a lots of young people. I ain't got nothing against young people. I used to be young people, okay? But on that ship, it was way too many young people for me. I really wanted to get to a place where I could have a little fun. Hey, Phyllis, and chill a little bit, right? Hey, Norma. And then it was like, but everywhere I go, there was cheeks and it was too much for me. I just made a note that, hey, I can still cruise, but we won't be doing it around spring break. Okay. But if you love that kind of atmosphere and that kind of party vibe, then by all means go through spring break. Okay. Go through wave season. It's still the biggest and busiest time for the cruise lines. Okay. Now, if you're going to go to the Caribbean, Norma, you need to be a travel agent. You need to go to, I might have to keep this turned around so y'all can see, because if I don't want you to miss this, but we're not, I ain't gonna say it. Here, Norma, this is your first step. Travelagentworkshop.com. Use my code TNIGHT5602. Go ahead, screenshot it. You got it? Got it? Cool. Okay, all right. Because look, I love being a travel agent, right? I love traveling. So this was perfect for me. I love helping somebody else travel. So this is perfect for me. All right. And you'll look, when you go to travelagentworkshop.com, they're going to give you all that information and then some, how you can become your own travel agent, how you can be that travel agent for others. Okay. Hey, Sherry. And if you have any other questions specifically, don't look, I'm right here. Ask your questions. Okay. In the Caribbean or Caribbean, right? Book early for the peak seasons. All right. Now we all know hurricane season is June 1st through November 30th. All right. But the peak season for the Caribbean is August, September, and October. Okay. August, September, and October. Now for me and my family, we've been in all 3 months. Right. Lately, we try to stick in the August and September time frame because kids are going back to school and everything else like that. We ain't got to worry about it being a little chillier than normal or anything else like that. Hey, sexy Odetta, right? But the peak season is August, September, and October. Hurricane season, which, frightens a lot of people, starts early in June to November the 30th. Now, you can not do hurricane season if you like. I've been, like I said, we cruise August, September, and in October. Hey, Francis, right? So it really is your preference, right? But if you're going to go, hit those peak seasons, okay? Okay? Y'all say hello to Francis. She says hello, all right? Yeah, for the Caribbeans. And book it early. Book it early, okay? If you're going to go to Europe, right? Hey, Queen Chanel, one of my travel sisters. Hey, girl. Hey. We're talking just being travel agents today. We're not really on the travel business side today. We're talking about being a real live travel agent, coming from a real live travel agent. Okay. So if you're going to be traveling in Europe, they say avoid the summer. I'm not going to say avoid the summer, but it gets hot over there in Europe, right? All right. The best time. So you can see, for me, I know they got beaches and stuff over there, right? And I'm sure they do. Okay. But most of Europe is one of those tourist places where you want to walk around, museums and parks and cafes and, all the little monuments and stuff like that. I ain't trying to walk around in no heat. Right? I already have to walk around with a little fan, and then I gotta have a whole nother little fan because your girl gets hot. Okay? But if you're gonna travel in Europe, the best time to travel in Europe is spring and fall. Not only because of the weather, but the best prices hit for European trips. So if you're gonna go over to Europe, book it for a spring and a fall type trip. Now, I like spring and fall. Not too hot. Thank you, Queen Chanel. Thank you for your heart me. What's going on with you? Are you getting ready for Thanksgiving? Are you ready for Thanksgiving? And thank you for the roses. Thank you. Hey, Crystal. Not only is the weather perfect, and like I said, it's beautiful. I like spring and fall. Not too cold, not too hot, a nice little breeze, the beautiful sunshine. Europe is beautiful all times of the year. Girl, the day you can donate that job back, I just know you're looking for that one, right? Oh my God. Anyway, Europe is good in the spring and the fall, all right? Now, if you're trying to go to Vegas, I just came back from Vegas. I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't go during the holidays or if they got big conventions, right? And your travel agent will know that when you say, oh, I want to go to Vegas, let me know when you want to go to Vegas, and I'm going to tell you if that's a good time. I just came back from Vegas earlier this month, right? And we stayed at a very nice hotel, the Park MGM, really nice, right? And it was crowded, but not like, oh my God, crowded. But I didn't expect it to be so crowded, right? They had a NASCAR kind of thing going on, and roads were cut off, so you couldn't. So the Ubers and the taxis that we took were telling us that most of these roads were going to be cut off on this day and that date. You could still walk the strip, which was fine, okay, but it just made the congestion like bottleneck because, you know, things were going on. Then the new kids on the block were doing something in our hotel. So there was a lot of people in the casino. It ain't like I was in the casino. Okay, so yeah, I was in the casino, but it was a lot of people down there. The restaurants had long waits and everything else like that. So if you got to go to Vegas, unless you really want to do something special for the holidays, I would avoid the holidays. You ain't got to worry about the weather. It's almost always hot in Vegas. Okay, but but the nights in November were very, very comfortable. Didn't get cold. Hey, Rob is what I'm gonna call you. Hey, how you doing? Okay, all right. All inclusives, whether they're resorts or cruises, but if they're all inclusives, people love those all year around. But I would say book during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, okay? Get the best deals for those all-inclusive and their resorts. Look, I'm a travel agent. I get the emails every day. You're not going to get the emails. You're going to have to go on Google and say, I want to go here. Is it a good time to go here? And what's going to happen here? And I get all that for y'all. Get all that because I'm a travel agent, right? And I get the heads up on the suppliers and the resorts and everything else like that, right? So I know that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is the time to go ahead and book your travel for next year. Look, Christmas can't be hogging, or the day after Thanksgiving can't be hogging Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday. You all know what it is, right? But that's the best time to go ahead and book your all-inclusive resorts right about now, okay? Because there's some great deals out there and your travel agent knows them. And since we are set up to give you the best pricing so that you don't have to pay more on your trips, now's the time to book your trips, especially if they are all-inclusive resorts, okay? Okay? Now, if you have a certain destination in mind, I'm talking about y'all because we here in this live. What destination do you have in mind for 2026? Just drop it in there, and I'm going to tell you if it's a good time to go in and go on and book that trip. Just let me know. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Now, if you're just coming in, my name is Tracy. I am a travel agent, and we're talking about what it's like to be a travel agent. I'm giving y'all all the goodies about when to travel, the best time to travel. I'm going to be talking about some travel mistakes, some travel tips, all that. That's what we're talking about tonight. Now, if you have questions about being a travel agent, I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna say go to travelagentworkshop.com and use my code TNIGHT5602. Or you can text the word workshop to 281-767-9711. But we ain't really talking business like that unless you got that kind of a question. And even still, you can slide into my inbox and ask your question, right? Just make sure we're connected. You know, you follow me, I'm following you, and I'll answer your question. Okay? Sound good? All right. Hey, Tony. I love good cold water. Now, the best places to visit by season, because we were just talking about when you could go, right? Right? It just kind of segued into that. The best places to visit. Some of the best places. I don't have the whole list in front of me. That would take like a ream of paper. Okay? But when you want to travel in the spring, the best places, some of the best places to visit is Jamaica, Punta Cana, and Hawaii. Right? Why? Why not? Who doesn't want to go to Jamaica, Punta Cana, and Hawaii? But think about it. Those are they can get really hot in these places. But in the spring, even the hot weather kind of smooths out and you get this perfect breeze, perfect beach weather so you can get in the water. Perfect weather, especially when you're in Hawaii. You sit down at night around the little fire pit or whatever and enjoy a great luau entertainment outside without feeling too cold. You're not feeling too hot. And that area is just beautiful in the spring. Okay? All right? You got it? Hey, Willie. Hey, Tam. All right, what else? Summer. Now, here's what's funny. One of the places that you should visit in the summer is Alaska. I can't get my husband to go to Alaska. He swears it is iceberg cold all year round. Now, while I don't think it gets to be the 80s, okay? Now, if you live in Alaska or have been to Alaska, tell me what is the highest temperature that you've experienced, because I've not been to Alaska just yet, okay? All right? Because I recently just retired and just had the time to really get to a lot of different places. But Alaska is one of the places that you could visit in the summertime. Because, if it's cold most of the time, I'm sure it heats up a little bit in the summer. Hey, Jay David, right? And Alaskan cruises are the best. Why? Because even if it is a little chilly, you go out on deck, you see a couple of dolphins, doing that, some glaciers, the ice formations, beautiful scenery while you're on deck. And then if you get a little too cold, go to your room. And if you're like me, you have a balcony and you can still see it from your room. Okay? So Alaskan cruises are great in the summer. The Bahamas, because it's still warm, but it's hot. It's a different kind of heat in the Bahamas. Okay, thank you, Jay David, for the follow. I appreciate you. I'm following you right back. Okay, your account is private, so you'll have to accept my request when you get a moment. But thank you so much for the follow. The Bahamas is good for the summer, especially if you like that Bahama heat, right? If you just want to walk around in barely anything, okay, Bahamas is the place to go. And Europe, right? Summer is good. Now, I spent time in Germany for a couple of summers. Beautiful. Antrice, how you say that? Is it Antrice? Because my name is Arnitrice. People would call me Anatrice, but Arnitrice. Antrice, beautiful name, girl. Beautiful name. Europe is beautiful in the summer. The trees are gorgeous. The parks in Paris, oh my God. Now, I have been to Paris, and I've been to London and Belgium, and they got beautiful parks and cafes. So the summer is a great time to visit Europe, all right? For fall, you can go to Greece, which is on my list of places to go, Mexico and New England, right? And most of these are based on not only the weather, but some, because of the weather is so clear and so beautiful and so comfortable, the places that you're going to be able to see, to visit, to experience are just, it's like a beautiful flower that's popped open and you're like this the whole way. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. And you, as we do with our phones, click, click, click. At least that would be me. Actually, it would be my husband. He's good at taking all the pictures while I'm doing the whole tourist look. Okay? Okay? All right. So if you're thinking, oh, wait a minute. We almost forgot about winter. Why y'all let me forget about winter? Because most of us don't like winter. If you want to travel in the winter, and most of us do, to either get away from the cold and go somewhere warm, all right, go to Aruba. I've been to Aruba. It is gorgeous. The beaches, oh my God. I love it. Absolutely love it. Go to Aruba. And on my to-go list, which I may be doing in September of 2026, Dubai. Go to Dubai. Okay. There's so many things to see. And of course, you're going to escape the winter time over here in the US. Go to Dubai. Have a great time, right? Costa Rica. I've been to Costa Rica. These places are just simply gorgeous, okay? And take a Caribbean cruise, because that means you're going to hit more than one island while you're cruising. And the sunsets near around oh, they're beautiful. They just, a good cup of coffee early in the morning as the sun is rising. It's a moment where you just, I mean, it is amazing. So if you're going to be traveling in the winter, get that Caribbean cruise on, right? Get that Caribbean cruise going, all right? So, your turn, because I've been talking for a couple of minutes. Your turn. I need y'all to drop a month, all right? Any month in the year, and I'll tell you where it's a great time to travel during that time. Your favorite month to travel. Drop it in the chat, and I'll tell you where's the best place to go. Since it's your favorite month, because, you know, you go where you want to go. That's the thing about being a travel agent, right? You get to offer your clients so many options based on whatever their travel vibe is. If they're a beach person, you know where to tell them to go. If they want to walk the cobblestone streets of Europe, you can tell them where to go. If they just want to make sure they pack a nice little, what they call it, hoodie or puffy jacket, you can tell them where to go. Melissa says, I want to travel for your birthday in September. When's your birthday, girl? Because I got a birthday September too. I'm 9/11. September. That's a fall month. Europe is a great place if you want to get out of the US and cross over to the other side. Cruising any time of the year is a great idea, okay? You're 9/24, I'm 9/11. Hey, September birthday, baby. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, Europe is a great place to do it. The all-inclusives, you can't go wrong with that. Now, if you have a dream place to go, let me know. Okay. All right. And thank you for participating, Melissa. I appreciate you. Okay. Make sure my phone ain't getting hot like I know it is. Hey, Miss Maxine. All right. Let's talk about some of the biggest traveler mistakes. You're not alone. Ooh, Melissa said her dream place is Italy. Italy. Spring, right? Because I don't care where you are in the world, fall, the trees get bald-headed, okay? But go in Italy, right? People are out on the streets, they're cooking, the foods, the smells, the atmosphere. Go in the fall or the spring. Go in the spring. I would go to Italy in the spring. I would. Hey, Yvette. Now, if somebody's been into Italy and you're like, no, the best time to go is this, and that, please let us know. Okay, but I would say go to Italy in the spring. Okay. All right. So we were talking about the biggest traveler mistakes. Okay. Now look, I know y'all got something to say about this because I might say something that might rub somebody the wrong way. It's not my intention. I'm just trying to point it out. And look, y'all ain't the only ones. I've made some mistakes too in my travel life. All right. Because I see these all the time as a travel agent, right? Even before I became a travel agent, just listening to some other people when they're booking travel, it's like, ooh, why you do that? Or why didn't you do that? Ooh, well, when I become a travel agent, I'm going to do this. That was me. Hey, Maria. Okay. Here's one mistake. Waiting too long to book. All right. We're coming to the end of 2025, right? You plan your trip for next year, 2026, right? Let's say June of 2026, right? Why aren't you booking your travel now? I mean, unless you can walk into your bank May 13th and pull out enough money to cruise or travel on June 13th. Do you, boo? Do you? But most of us, okay, we plan for it, right? I like to plan my trips either at least at least 9 months out. This gives me time to go on and put that little deposit on. How you doing today, Maria? Y'all say hello to Maria. Hey, Kevin. Putting my little deposit down, and then I'm calculating, okay, the last payment is due here, and that gives me time to go ahead and pay affordably, make payments up until the time I'm getting ready to cruise, or cutoff date, if you will, right? Never fails to amaze me how somebody who wants to go somewhere in June will call me up on the beginning of May and don't have all day money, right? And they want to book this trip. And since I specialize in cruises, I deal with a lot of cruisers, and they want to book. No, boo boo. If you're trying to if you're trying to cruise in June, your last payment is probably due. Let's see, March. Yeah. So no. And then last minute. Now I will say, some suppliers do offer like flash sales, last minute deals, right? And they happen, but you got to catch them. And even then, you better have all your money, because even at a flash sale price, you're gonna still have to pay for the whole thing up front, because you leave it in less than 30 days. And the deposits non-refundable. Okay, you're not gonna get it back. Nah, you're not gonna get it back. Hold on. There we go. Maria Pace says you need as much time as possible, almost a year for cruises. Exactly. You're so right, Maria. Even before I became a travel agent, when I was on a cruise, before I got off the cruise, I was planning the next cruise. And I kid you not, no sooner than suitcases hit front door and I turn on my computer, I'm thinking, where can we go next year? I already know where I'm going, and boom. Ooh. And I got a better price, because now they're doing early deposits. Oh yeah, little less than this, and I've got almost 9 months, because they usually close it off maybe 2.5, maybe 3 months prior to cruise date, right? You got to have it all paid. I got at least 9 months to break it down and pay just a little bit every month. Nothing that's going to break the bank. You are so right, Maria. You need as much time as possible, almost a year, for cruising. Okay, and that's not even including the flight if you got to fly there. I'm just saying. All right. Now, here's one that I don't know. I don't even know why people would think it any different. But booking the cheapest resort instead of the right resort. Now, I know everybody ain't got Hollywood celebrity style resort money, luxury resort money. Okay, but let me tell you something. Y'all could you could book a resort and live that luxury lifestyle while you're on vacation. Okay, you ain't got to be Oprah Winfrey rich. Love you, Oprah. Okay. But look, when you book the cheapest resort instead of the one that's right for you, you get what you pay for. Y'all heard that saying, you get what you pay for. Yeah, when you book the cheapest resort, you get what you pay for. All right, it might look kind of cute, especially when you online, you Googling, right? And you're looking for these all-inclusive resorts, or most of us look for all-inclusive, because if we're going to be spending money, we don't want to have to buy nothing else other than to be able to sleep and eat, right? Okay? All right, we'll walk around if we have to, but we want to be able to sleep and eat. We want everything included. Hey, TDC. When you do the cheapest, you get what you pay for. Case in point, when my husband and I were going to take the kids to like Disney World, we had to stop off in Georgia to pick my son up from basic training. He had joined the military, right? You're right, Maria. Some luxury resorts have deals, and they do. They want people on their property. If you can afford it, you can be there. But we were going to stay in a hotel. After we picked him up from the base, we were going to stay in a nice little hotel, because we're only going to be there one night and continue our drive to Florida. We stayed in a night. We booked a cheap hotel. We're only going to be there one night. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. We got what we paid for. Walked in. The lobby was probably the nicest thing in the whole building. I ain't going to put the name out there, because it was the nicest thing in the building. The room was old and cluttered and cloistered. The smell just, and it was old, and it was like, oh no, and I was afraid I wouldn't let my dog lay in a bed. Okay, so we immediately made that U-turn, went back to the front desk, said, no, we're going to cancel this. So we ended up going down the road a bit, paying a little more for a more upgraded place to lay our head for the night. And it was a better place. It was cleaner. It was brighter. It was friendlier. And they offered complimentary breakfast the next day. Okay. Did we have to spend a little bit more? Yes, we did, but it was worth it because even cheap was not it. That's like buying cheap cornflakes, off-brand cornflakes. I can't stand off-brand cornflakes. They got to be Kellogg's if they're cornflakes for me. All right. So no, when you book the cheapest resorts and not the right one for you, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Okay. So keep that in mind and let your travel agent know that, right? Because all the time you say, well, oh my God, you would be amazed at some of the properties that are out there within your budget that would make you feel like, oh, wait a minute, did I come into a 5-star? I didn't know. That kind of thing. Okay. All right. Here's one that's really, really important. Passports. When you're traveling with your passports, if you're going to have your passport, please check the expiration date on it. Okay. Now, when it comes to cruising, your expiration date can't be less than 6 months out. I don't care. You said, I got 5 more months left on it before I got to renew. Not if you want to board this ship and use that passport as a form of ID. It has to be 6 months or more away from expiration date. Now, people are like, but wait a minute, I got 5 months. No, you don't. Not if you want to use that passport to cruise with. Now, here's the thing. Here's the caveat. Here's the caveat. When you are cruising, I did tell you I was a cruise specialist, okay? When you are cruising and you are on what they call a looped cruise, right? A looped cruise is a ship that is leaving from a U.S. port, going all wherever it's going to be going, and coming back to that same U.S. port, okay? Then most cruise lines will allow you to board and sail with just a valid ID and your birth certificate. Okay. Now we all look as travel agents, we all recommend that you travel with a passport because you never know what's going to happen. If you get stuck in one of them countries, you got to come home. They ain't taking your birth certificate as a minute. They're going to need a passport. Okay. So make sure if you're going to use your passport or even carry your passport that it is well past 6 months from expiration date. All right. Because if you go on a cruise and you're using your passport only as ID and it does not fit that 6 months window and you don't have a birth certificate, you got your ID because you probably drove to the port or whatever, but you don't got a birth certificate, but your passport is void. You can't use it. Let's not do that. Let's make sure that our passport is up to date. And if you know that you're going to cruise in the next 2, 3, 4 months, go ahead and apply for your passport now. While it may take maybe about 6 weeks on a good day to get your passport, processed and you can receive it. Look, it ain't a good day. All right. Okay. They probably still playing catch up. All right. And they have been for weeks now. All right. So don't wait till May 16th to go on your June 13th. And the only ID you think you're going to have is your passport. It may not get there in time, even with expedited service. All right. So make sure your expiration date is within that, outside that 6 months window, 6 months or more, and make sure you ordered enough time to use it on your trips, whether you're cruising or not. You don't want to wait to the last minute and you're supposed to fly out tomorrow and the mailman don't come tomorrow and you don't have a passport. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else are we talking about? Resort fees. I did not know. Now, see, I have been booking my travel since 2009, right? My first cruise, I had all of, and I've never done this since then. I had all of, hey, Jujubee, 100 whole dollars that I was going to spend on this cruise, y'all. So y'all have to I have to remind y'all that I come from a place where a whole $100 could probably, look, it'll fill up a refrigerator, furnish a living room, and do some things, at least back in my day. Okay. So for me to have $100 in my pocket to spend, what? Yeah. Got up there, and this is when they said that I got the little bill and said that you had to pay, no, it was before we even boarded. You had to pay the fuel and something taxes. I didn't know nothing about that. What the world? What the world? Right? It's okay, because the trip was paid for. Take the money. I was still a tourist. I still had a great time. Me and my sissy. Okay? Right. When they say resort fees, I just came back from Vegas, right? And I was able to comp my room, and I had a resort fee comp. I didn't know that. But the resort fee was $100. What? And I happened to order room service one morning for myself and my sissy. It was her birthday weekend. So we had room service, right? They took that out of the resort fee. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I only had to spend maybe $30, right? Outside of what I was going to be spending. So I say all that to say, talk to your travel agent. Okay? Let them know where you're going, where you want to go, whatever, so that she can tell you, okay, this is where you're going to be staying. There are parking fees. There are resort fees. Make sure you have a budget for those, okay? Because that's not something you can pay up front or anything else like that. Hey, Tony, right? Resort fees, okay? Don't forget about the resort fees, because I would hate for you to get up there thinking you done paid everything, and then they say, so we're going to charge your account the blah, blah, blah for the resort fee. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, make sure you know. But if you have the right travel agent, you will know. Okay? All right. Now, here's a part. Don't forget about your travel insurance. I know. You're like, I don't do travel insurance. I don't do travel insurance. Look, don't forget about your travel insurance. Make it a part of your travel budget, okay? Because you're going to need your travel agent. Your travel insurance, right? Because your travel agent is going to do all that they can to help you during your trip. But if it's something that falls within the purview of if I had travel insurance, there's not a whole lot I can do for you, okay? All right? Now, I can work with your travel insurance agency to say, hey, look, make sure they get this, and they didn't get that. We're going to make sure they get this. But if you don't have it, I can't do nothing with it. Hey, Connie, I can't do nothing with it, okay? Trust and believe, the one time you don't get travel insurance is going to be the one trip you need travel insurance. I saw some hearts. Now, look, I told y'all, give me the hearts, show some love, right? Show some love, because when we get to 5,000 likes, I'm giving away a travel getaway, right? Okay, cool. And don't forget to share the live, right? Somebody else may need to know these little tips and little nuggets too. Don't be a gatekeeper. Don't be selfish. Okay? All right. Here's something else. I don't know. My sister might get mad at me, but okay. Gratuities. Add this to your budget. When I say when you booking your trips and you want to go somewhere and you're trying to put together a budget, get with your travel agent, because they're going to tell you this is what you want to incorporate in your budget. But if you're at home doing it yourself, go ahead, incorporate those gratuities, those tips. Now, when you're cruising, even if you're on there DIYing it yourself, right? You will see where they're going to ask you to pay your gratuities, prepay your gratuities. This is what's going to be paying the tips for the people who clean your room and people who serve your dinner and all that other kind of stuff. There's a whole little conversation about that we can have another day, right? But that's part of your cruise. I always include it in the price of my cruise, right? If my cruise is $2,200, right, before gratuities, and it's now $200, $500 with gratuities, because there's usually two of us, myself and my husband, right? Okay, then the cruise costs $2,500, right? Because I'm paying the gratuities. I don't want that little bill under my door at the end of my cruise after I had a real good time and probably donated a lot of my money to the little the onboard casino. Don't judge me, right? And then they slide that little piece of paper and you see gratuities. Now, are they mandatory? No. And it's sad to see a lot of people in line at guest services having those removed. And in true transparency, I did it once. It hurt my heart because I didn't know about the gratuities. That's why I'm telling you. And I had to go down and say, I don't have that. I paid for everything else. I didn't know about the prepaid gratuities. So I don't have the prepaid gratuities. I don't have the gratuities. And they took them off nicely. Okay. But now that I know that, I just add it to the price of the cruise. I really do. Okay. That way, that's one thing that's not going to be on that final bill. Okay. So incorporate that into your budget. Talk to your travel agent. They will let you know. Okay. Okay. Buying flights late at night. See, after 5 p.m., flights go up, right? They spike. They will go. Now, I didn't really notice that had happened until a couple of times when my husband and I, like I said, we travel, and I'm booking the travel, right? I get to where I want to do the flights, and I'm early in the morning, right? So about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm looking at the flights. I sent a quick text to the hub, say, hey, if we book today, it's only going to be $200 per person, round trip, nonstop. Woohoo! Great price, right? And he says, well, I've got my card with me, but I can't get to it because he's buying the tickets. Okay, or whatever the reason is, we're waiting till he gets home so I could go ahead and book the flight. Not a problem. At least I thought it wasn't. He don't come home till like 6:30, 7 o'clock. This was back in the day, right? Then I'm going back to the same site, and it ain't $200 no more. It's $312 per person. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? And I go look and look and look, and I can't find the $200 rate. Is after 5, and they go up. Now, I thought it was a one-off. Okay, we missed it. We paid what we had to pay. Next time I booked flights, same thing, because that's how we work things in this house, right? Hey, Lynetta. So it was like, okay, same thing happened. By the time my husband got home and I could get my hands on his, little card or whatever, or get in touch with him and say, hey, this is what the flights are going to cost us, yada, yada, boo, boo, blah, blah, blah. They've gone up, right? So now the rule is, hey, Carolina Travel, welcome in. The rule is when I see it, I book it. Right then and there, because chances are, if I wait for him to come home, they're gonna go up. And we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And I've been able to save a lot of money doing that. So if you can, book your flights earlier in the day, right? Because after 5 p.m., they're tending to spike. All right. But when you talk to your travel agent, they got you. They will hook you up on that. All right. Cool. Now, out of all the things, out of the mistakes I just talked about, which mistake surprised you the most? Not having travel agent, not budgeting in your gratuities, the flight booking after 5 p.m. That's the one that surprised me the most. Okay. Passport expiration. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. If you guys are just joining me tonight, my name is Tracy. I am a travel agent, and we are talking about the life of a travel agent, what it's like to be a travel agent. We're talking to a real travel agent, talking about the best time to travel, best seasons, mistakes made, things of that nature. I'm dropping some gems here, some little nuggets, all right? So that if you're a travel agent, you now know better. You know what's going on. If you're not a travel agent and you want to be a travel agent, you now, look, these are the kind of things that you're going to be up to date on, so that you can let your clients know. Okay? All right. Melissa says, booking the flight and the travel insurance. Yeah. Hey, Jeanette, what's going on? The flight thing got me too, Melissa, because I didn't know that until it happened to me. I really didn't. Thank you for the heart me, Jeanette. Right? Really, I thought anytime I got on the computer, that was the best rate. And then once I became a travel agent, all right, since I can get the best pricing for my clients, right, I'm thinking, okay, now I know better. They might call me at 8 o'clock at night, talk about, I'm trying to get a flight. Look, I'm going to get you that flight information first thing in the morning, because I already know that I could probably get it cheaper if I do it in the morning versus doing it at night. All right? Then that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. And again, if you guys are just joining us, we're talking about what it's like to be a travel agent. If you want more information, though, about being a travel agent, because you're not a travel agent, right? Because I think Melissa said she's not a travel agent. And you said, okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Visit travelagentworkshop.com. Use my code TNIGHT5602 or text the word workshop to 281-767-9711. Okay? Now that's going to tell you everything you know about being a travel agent, starting your own travel agent business, and so much more. We're talking about being the travel agent, what you need to know as a travel agent, right? Right? Oh, what I see happening as a travel agent, the information I can give you from a real live travel agent. Okay? All right. Melissa says, yes, book your flight in the morning. See, she already know. You already had the game, Melissa. Girl, come on. What you waiting on? All right. Let's go into the next one. What travel insurance actually covers. Now, this might burn people a little bit because they don't like to do travel insurance. And look, out of true transparency, I'm going to tell you, just a few years ago, when I do mean less than 5, okay, when I travel, I didn't do travel agent. I didn't do travel insurance. I was with a lot of people. I didn't use it. Hey, Thank you for the love, Connie. I appreciate it, right? Because my husband and I have been blessed that when we travel, we didn't have to worry about lost luggage, cancellations, missed flights, getting sick, or anything like that, right? So we didn't know it, right? But then a few years ago, it seemed like every time I turn around, anybody who was traveling anywhere to do anything at any time ran into a problem. And I'm not superstitious, okay? Because I got a strong faith in God over here. But it's like, babe, I'm gonna go ahead and put some insurance on this trip. Okay. Why? Because I think we should have travel insurance, right? And even still, knock wood, we haven't had an instance where having the travel insurance and then we have to use the travel insurance. Okay. All right. And so I strongly tell my clients, and when I send them a quote, it includes the travel insurance. Okay. So just so you know. All right, so this is what insurance protects you from: trip cancellations, right? Something happens. Maybe you fall and you break a leg and you can't even walk to the bathroom, let alone walk through the airport, okay? So you got to cancel your trip. If you've got travel insurance, especially for things out of your control, that's going to get covered, okay? You can't fly, you can't do anything, but you had to cancel your trip. You should be covered, right? Hey, Williamson, right? Trip interruptions, right? Just like the what's it, prior, that's the word I'm looking for, the FAA thing, where people's flights was getting delayed and canceled, or they were missing connecting flights because of a delayed flight or a canceled flight, right? And a lot of trips and things were just interrupted by that whole FAA thing. With travel insurance, you're covered. They're going to either reimburse you, put you on another flight, or you pay little or nothing for the difference of a new flight. Travel insurance helps with all that. Without, you just short. Okay? Okay, now I think they were trying to be a little lenient because of the whole shutdown thing, but it ain't shut down now. And if you miss a flight today without travel insurance, you short. Okay? You short, right? Medical emergencies. Whether you are cruising, like let's just say cruising to the Bahamas, or you got a trip to the Bahamas, all right? And whatever reason you hurt yourself, okay? And you have to go to one of their local pharmacies or local medical centers, right? If you're blessed, you'll be able to get it taken care of and continue your trip, all right? And maybe get back on your ship, continue your trip, right? But what if you ever do an overnight stay? So now you've missed the rest of your cruise because they ain't finna wait for you. Okay. All right. You might have to pay up front for some services, but you'll be reimbursed because you have travel insurance. Okay. And when it comes to being on a cruise, I told you I'm a cruise specialist. So these things, look, if y'all don't carry a small first aid kit, do not cry for me, Argentina, when you cut your finger or whatever. Because just going down to the medical center for a Band-Aid and a sliver of Neosporin costs money. Money. Hey, Mina, right? Money. You think, look, $35 and all you got is a Band-Aid and a boo-boo. Okay, now you might have to pay for it and you're going to get reimbursed through your travel insurance. But look, why? Take the first aid kit. But if you don't take the first aid kit, at least have the travel insurance. Okay? Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate you. So you want to take care of that, right? Medical emergencies. Lost luggage. Now, I've never had my luggage lost. Thank you, Jesus. Okay? I saw the hearts. We playing follow the leader, right? The goal is 5K. Y'all, let's get to 5K. All right. Lost luggage. I've never had my luggage lost, right? But if you in those cases, it's like, okay, well, where's my luggage? Somebody's got to get it to me. I've heard stories of people who have gone on cruises and their luggage didn't make it, and they had to find a way to, when they got to the next port, get to the local airport where they shipped it, and then get back to the ship. That's a lot of money. But if you got travel insurance, then you could be reimbursed on that, especially if it's out of your control. Okay, all right. So, lost luggage is protected under insurance. Supplier default. Now, this is not new to me, but I've never heard anybody have the problem with this, but it can happen. Let's just say you're going to Cancun, whether you're cruising or you're flying, right? And you've got this great excursion set up with this company that, that well known or whatever. And you get there and there's a sign on the door saying it's closed, out of business. But you've already booked the excursion. You've already paid for it, okay? If you have travel insurance, you can be reimbursed for things like that. That's out of your control. The supplier is no longer in business, burnt down, or whatever it is. They can't supply you with whatever it is that you paid for. This could be for flights, hotels, tours, things of that nature. Having travel insurance will protect you against all of that. Okay? All right? Y'all just don't think about it. All right. Missed connections. Again, if you look, if you booked a flight and you got 2-3 connections, but it is not your fault that you couldn't get to the second gate because your plane was 45 minutes late. Okay, I don't care if you did the OJ run through the airport, you weren't going to make it because your plane, by no fault of yours, was late. All right, and you missed a connection, which could also mean you might miss your cruise. Okay, side note, when you're cruising, right, and you're leaving your home outside 2-3 hours away, go down the day before. All right? So you at least be in the city where your port is, so you ain't got to worry about whether Delta, American, Southwest, whoever, United that you're flying is going to cause you to, miss out on your cruise because of a misconnection, which will be taken care of if you have travel insurance, okay? And here's another cruise tip. For me, I don't always have the luxury of flying the day before, going down the day before. Schedules, because I'm retired now, but my husband is not. And those who go with us may not have that time as well. But they already know. If we are flying the day of, we're taking the first thing smoking. I have taken a 5 o'clock flight, gotten there at 7:30, 8 o'clock. What they call that? The transfer bus, it don't leave till 10:30. I don't care. I'm in there 2 hours early because I'm going to get on my phone. And if for some odd reason the 5 o'clock ain't going, the 6 o'clock going, maybe the 7 o'clock, I am going to get there. And I fly nonstop. I'm not messing with no collective flights. So if you're going to be cruising and you cannot fly in the day before, take the first thing smoking. It might cost you a couple of extra dollars, okay? But it's going to cost you a lot. You'll be appreciative of those dollars versus the money you're going to lose because you didn't take your cruise. Okay? All right? And if you can, do nonstop. That's how I do it. But your travel agent will get you there. Okay? All right. So these tips are not just for big trips. So travel insurance is for whatever trip, a weekend away, a staycation in the hotel down the street. Okay. You never know what's going to happen. So it's always a good idea to have travel insurance because I can guarantee you, okay? Awesome, Miss Melissa. I'll see you and thank you. I'm glad you stopped by. Trust on this. The day you don't have travel insurance will be the day you're going to need travel insurance. I'm just saying. Okay? Because think of it like this. We all pay medical insurance when we're working, right? You got that coming out your check every week, every 2 weeks, right? Right? And you're thinking, I'm as healthy as a horse. All right? I might go to my local Walgreens and get some over-the-counter medicine because that's it. But I don't really get sick. But you really appreciate that medical insurance the one time you got to go into, what they call it, urgent care or the ER, and all they're asking you for is a $50 copay versus, I'm sorry, Mrs. Knight, we're going to need $250 before you see the doctor. Yeah, I pay my medical insurance, okay? I'll pay the $50 copay. Same thing with travel insurance. You're paying for it. You might not have to use it on this trip, okay? That's okay. But imagine how much you would pay if you don't have it and something happens. I'm just saying. All right. So here's the question. And be honest. Don't be scared, okay? Hey, Beth, have you ever traveled without travel insurance? Who gonna man up? Who gonna woman up and tell the truths? I have. I won't do it again, but I have. Okay. I've been scared straight on that one, right? And not even by my own experiences, other people's experiences. I'm not going through all that, right? So who's traveled without travel insurance? Go ahead and tell it. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Come on, be honest. I know. Look, I'm not ready now. Time is it? Okay, cool. We got good on time. All right, let me go to the next section. Let's talk about how travel agents can save you money. You ready? Okay. Here's what travel agents do, right? That most people don't realize, right? And they don't, right? I think they just say, find me a trip to the Jamaica. Tell me how much it's gonna cost. I only can spend $2. That's a whole nother conversation, right? Let's put together a realistic budget. All right. We monitor when price drops. Especially me for cruising. Sometimes I will book a cruise and then that's an early something saver cruise or I can't think of the name of it right now. It escapes me. But it's like, okay, you booked it today. And then 2 months down the line, because you got a cousin who wants to join the cruise or something like that. Or maybe you're just looking about, checking on your cruise. Okay. And you find out it's a little cheaper than it was when you booked. Okay. Well, travel agents keep a track of that. So 9 times out of 10, I already know. And I'm trying to tell you, your cruise went down. All right. And what's either going to happen is they're going to give you the difference in onboard credit, or maybe we could put that towards your insurance or a package. Or most of the time it's onboard credit. Okay. So that means you got more money to play in the casino, buy a couple of more drinks, eat in one of the specialty restaurants, right? But we as travel agents, we know when the price drops and we can see it and let our clients know. Okay. So we do monitor those, right? We know which resorts look good online and don't look that good in real life. Because like I said, people will Google and YouTube the place they want to go and say, oh, this looks good. This looks nice. Oh, yeah, I want to be there. And they're quick to want to book the hotel that's right there on the beach, right? But as a travel agent, I have direct connections to the suppliers, right? So that favorite hotel that you're looking at, I see the hearts. I'm following the leader. That favorite hotel that you're looking at, I'm going to go look at it too, right? Because I want to make sure you're getting the best rates, right? So when I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me ring. Hey, this is Tracy, your favorite travel agent. Am I speaking to favorite hotel? Good. Hey, I'd heard something about renovations going on in your hotel. First of all, I can't wait to see how they're going to look. But could you give me a little more information about that? Then they go on to tell me, yes, they are renovating the south side of the hotel, the one that faces the ocean, right where the beach is at. So our rooms there, we don't have anybody in those rooms right now because they won't have that beach access. Okay. And we probably haven't updated our website. We should be doing that soon. And they quick to tell you that. All right. But now you don't know that because all you saw was the beautiful pictures. I know that. So I've called you and I'm gonna call you back and say, hey girl, look, if you don't mind walking around to the other side, because they do have a smaller beach area and they have a pool on that side as well. Because the one side that you wanted to be on to face that part of the ocean, it's not going to be ready because they're renovating. And it's not going to be ready when you go. Okay. That way you don't get there and then they say, oh, well, we had to move your room. And you're like, wait, what? And then you're calling me, wait, what? No. See, we know these things. Okay. We know these things. Googling stuff online, it's good for ideas. But when it comes to actually booking, trust your travel agent because they get inside knowledge that you don't. Right? And it ain't all coming from Google. All right. Now, if you're just joining, my name is Tracy. I am a travel agent and we're talking about travel, period. Right? I'm giving you the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, the little nuggets about travel that you should know. Okay. Best places to go, best destinations, when's the best time to travel, mistakes made, things of that nature. Okay. So, hey, Daylene, am I doing that right? Did I pronounce that right? Hey, come on in, right? So that's what we're talking tonight. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about being a travel agent and you're thinking about becoming a travel agent, then by all means, visit travelagentworkshop.com and use my code TNIGHT5602. Okay, or you can just text the word workshop to 281-767-9711. Okay, now y'all see the little hearts on the screen, right? Because we're going to get this live to 5,000 likes. And when we do, I have a gift of a travel getaway for you guys. All right, so get your tapping and then share the live, because I know y'all know at least 5 people that I don't know. Okay, share the live. All right, TikTok likes that too, by the way. Just want you to know. All right. Okay. So now we're talking about how travel agents, me, will save you money. All right. We know which cruise line fits your vibe. I told you at the beginning of this live, I am a cruise specialist, right? I am certified with 3 cruise lines, I think. I'm in the middle of the 3rd one. Okay. So I love cruising. I've cruised every year since 2009, right? Except for the year of COVID and the year we bought our house, right? So I love cruising. And I know which cruise line fits your vibe simply by talking to you, right? When you say, I want to go on a cruise, of course, I'm going to send you a little piece of paper. It's going to tell me what you want to do, when you want to do it, how much you want to spend, and who's going with you. Okay. And then I'm going to probably call you up and say, hey, girl, I got your form, but I just need a couple more details. Tell me about what you want to do, the kind of thing you want to do on this cruise. Are you a party person, or do you want to be laid back and don't want to hear nothing but the sounds of the ocean around you, right? You and I have talked. So now I can say, oh, party girl, kind of, or whoever you want, or if you have a specific cruise line that you want to be a part of, okay. All right, but I know your travel vibe. I know your cruise vibe. So I'm going to put you on the cruise line that fits exactly what you want to be. Because there's nothing that's going to hurt your feelings more than to spend some money. Okay? I don't care if it's $1, $100, or $1,000 on anything, and you're not going to enjoy the trip because it's not a you thing. Okay? Talk to your travel agent, because we know your cruise line vibes because we've talked to you. All right? And we want to make sure you have the best trip possible. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when you book with me, you're going to have the best trip, because I book everybody's trip as if I am going with you. Right? I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to spend no money and then come back and be like, it was all right. I could have went. I could have did, because I didn't know. They didn't tell me. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. When you travel, you traveling as, how's they say it? The little elf on the shelf. I'm the travel agent on the shelf. I'm the travel agent in your suitcase. Okay. We're going to have fun. Okay. All right. What else? We match you to the right room category, especially when it comes to cruises. If you say, look, the only time I'm going to be in that room is to sleep, all right, and I ain't trying to pay no whole lot of money, then yes, I'll put you in the interior, because that's all you're going to do is sleep. They still nice rooms, but you ain't got no windows or nothing, right? Right? But if you say, I just want a little bit of a view, I don't need the balcony thing, then maybe you want an ocean view or a cove, balcony or something like that. For me, balcony all the way, baby. Balcony all the way. I did my very first cruise on an interior, right? It was okay. But the very first time that the hubs and I were able to put together a cruise and a balcony, oh, we've never gone back. We've done the Havana, this is a cruise line, Carnival thing. We've done the Havana, the extended, now we don't do anything but the extended balcony. We need room. Okay. I want the whole stretch out lounger with the table and the little ottoman thing, all that on my balcony. Once I go balcony, I never went back. All right. But I will help you find the right room category for you. Okay. All right. We know when suppliers run flash sales. Remember, I was telling you earlier, some people like to wait till the very last minute to go ahead and book their, trips. They want to leave in June and then they want to wait till May to go ahead and book. Well, it's quite possible to do that. Some people actually, some people actually wait till the last minute on purpose, right? When my husband and I were on our last cruise going out of Galveston, we met a woman. She only lived maybe 45 minutes away from the port. She had just booked her cruise, maybe 3 days before, they had some empty cabins, right? And she wasn't really particular whether she had an interior, balcony, or suite or whatever, right? So they have these flash sales because, of course, the ship wants to sail at full capacity, if at all possible. So yeah, about a week before they get set sail, 2 weeks before they set sail, they're throwing these flash sales out there, right? And if you got the money to go ahead and book it, pay for it, and be done, do it. I just wouldn't wait till the last minute, especially if I have specifications that I want to live. If I want to have a balcony, all right, if I want to have a suite or anything else like that, then I get to pick. But when you do last minute, you're pretty much at the mercy of the cruise line. They're going to put you where you fit in when you get in, okay? Which isn't bad for some, because all they want to do is cruise. They don't really care what room they're in. So you can, be a part of those flash sales. And I would know when they're going to drop as a travel agent and my connection with the suppliers. Make sense? Okay. And we help you build itineraries so you don't have to stress. The whole reason for going on vacation is to relax and enjoy and experience and make new memories. Nobody want to do this. Well, what time does the horseback riding thing start? Do we get tickets? How much are the tickets? Oh my God. Are we doing ATV? Do they give us towels? No. Let me help you and build an itinerary. When you tell me the things you want to do, would like to experience, I'm going to help build you an itinerary within your budget. So you can say, okay, y'all, after breakfast, those who want to go, I've got the tickets for the horseback riding. We're going to be horse riding on the beach, right? You ain't got to worry about it. Just show up. Okay, because you got your tickets, right? We are reserved in the steakhouse for 8 o'clock tonight. Okay, I've already taken care of it so that you can go ahead and just show up in your little fancies, right, and have a great dinner. Your travel agent is there to make your vacation as pleasurable and memorable as possible, and that includes building an itinerary so you don't have to worry about it. All you need to do is get up and go, or not. Okay, makes sense? Okay. All right. So let me ask you a question. If you've ever booked a trip and then forgot something, okay, you needed me. Okay, you booked a trip and said, well, I didn't think I did any excursions. Okay, you needed your travel agent, all right, because that's one of the things we're going to ask. What you want to do? Are you going to lay on the beach in the Bahamas for the whole week, or what do you want to do? Mm-hmm. Right. So if you booked a trip but you forgot something, what did you forget? Cindy! Look, I told you I worked for the federal government before I started my travel business, right? Cindy, that's my girl. She kept me in chocolate, y'all. But she know I don't like that white chocolate, but she was good. She kept me in that chocolate, y'all. I could walk all the way around that corner and pick me up some chocolate. How are you doing, Cindy, girl? I hope you're doing okay. Are you still there? Are you still, did you hang in there? Did you hang in there? Oh my God, I miss so many of y'all. I really do. Hey, Wanda, and welcome to my live. Okay. I'm good. Yes, unfortunately. Don't say unfortunately, girl. We working. But I feel you. I do. That's why I had to get up and go. Okay. I had to go. If you've ever booked a trip and realized you forgot something, you should have called me. I should have been your travel agent. But if you did, what did you forget? Put it in the chat. If you booked a trip, thought you had it all together, what did you forget? I know you forgot something because I do it all the time. I just went to Vegas, okay? I just went to Vegas. And what did I forget? Toothpaste and toothbrush. I thought it was in my little bag, but it was not. Right? So I had to go on down to the little guest services, and they sent up quite a little few of them. So some of them going, and they're now in my bag that I refuse to take out of my suitcase right now, right? But you forget something. What did you forget? I know y'all did. See, y'all trying to play all funny. I know you did. I know you did. If you guys are just coming in, my name is Tracy. I am your favorite travel bestie. I'm a travel agent, and I'm talking to you as a travel agent, giving you some of the inside scoopity boops, all right, about travel, when to travel, where to go, what time of year to go, okay? Some of the mistakes that we make, and I say we because I'm still a traveler, okay, that we make, all right, along the way, and how you can avoid doing that by talking to your travel agent. Or if you're interested in becoming a travel agent, visit travelagentworkshop.com and use my code TNIGHT5602. All right. All right, let me go Let me go to this last segment really quick. All right. All right. Da-dum, da-da, 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 da-da. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? Because I got all kind of notes over here, y'all. And this also gives you time to go on and get your little questions together. That's the same thing. I think sometimes I have printed stuff off that are repetitive. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Here's a couple of things. We are almost finished for 2025. Okay? Okay. But here are some of the travel trends of 2026, which is right around the corner. All right? Solo travelers. There are a lot of solo travelers. If you are a solo traveler, you ain't trying to go with nobody but you, yourself, and I. Well, you, yourself, and you. Okay? Put it in the chat. Just write the word solo. Okay? Put it in the chat. Oh, we're going to make that 5,000 tonight, aren't we? Right? If you are a solo traveler, just say me. I think February, I could say me. Right? Because I have a cruise booked in February. I'm going to the Bahamas. Bahamas for those who do it properly, right? And initially my husband was supposed to go with me, but due to a scheduling conflict that he may or may not, looking like the may not, be able to get out of, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me, okay? And it's gonna be my first solo cruise, right? I always cruise with either my sissy or my husband or the family, all right? But I think I might be a solo traveler in February. So if you're a solo traveler, say me. And then if you are a solo traveler, y'all, tell me the one thing I need to know as a solo traveler, okay? Because I've never done it by myself, all right? I'm ready to go, though. And I will go. Okay. But that, solo traveler is trending in 2026. Wellness and spa resorts. Look, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's just my guess, and it might be just my honest opinion. After the year that we've had in 2025, okay, I need a getaway. I need a spacation, right? So wellness and spa resorts are seeing an increase in travel booked for 2026. It's the place to be. If you want to get away, if only for the weekend, maybe you want to do that whole week thing, a wellness and spa resort, it's trending. It's one of the top 3 things that you want to do in 2026. Okay. Look, I can see that happening. Maybe for my birthday, but no, because let's see. I'm cruising in February. We're taking the G Baby on a Disney cruise in June. And then I got to go to Orlando in September. And then behind that, I'm either going on another cruise or Dubai. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just have to find my little spa vacation on the cruise. Okay. Micro trips. Those are those 3 and 4 day escapes, right? Years ago, I used to hear about people who were cruising, but they were going on cruises to nowhere. They would board right here in Baltimore, get on a ship, and pretty much they just sailing, watching the sun go up and down, many activities, events being held for them on the ship, or they were going where they would go one place, maybe they zoom down to the Bahamas and come straight back, right? Just 3 or 4 day cruises. And they still have those cruises. They're like party cruises. Some of them call them booze cruises. I don't think I would be on that because 4 days and all I did was drink. It's going to take me another 4 days to Oh, thank you, Connie. To hydrate, to detox. Connie pointed out to me that we have made it to 5. Well, I see 5.1, but you were right. We are over 5,000 likes. And what that means today is if you go into my inbox, y'all got to make sure we're connected. You follow me, I'm following you kind of thing. Right? Make sure you're following me or you're connected to me. Go into my inbox, type the number 5, the letter K, and an email address so that I can send you your travel getaway voucher. Now, I can't take care of the taxes and fees. That's a you thing. And I think it's a 5-day, 4-night cruise. Why? Because I'm a cruise specialist. What? Okay. Right? But you got to go into my inbox, type the number 5, the letter K, and an email so that I can get that voucher to you. I do this every time I go live. Now, normally it's a 10K thing, but since we're not even talking about the business side of travel today, we're just talking about travel, I thought I would slice that in half. So If we are connected, go into my inbox, type the number 5, the letter K, and an email address so I can see your travel getaway. I do it all the time because I want to say thank you. Because you could be anywhere in these TikTok streets, but you spent at least 2.25 seconds with me today, and I appreciate that. Okay? All right? So, and don't stop. Don't let it stop just because we done got the 5. Let's see how far we can go. Follow the hearts. Follow the hearts. Okay? Another trend for 2006 is cruise loyalty benefits. Now, I know that you've heard that a specific cruise line is changing their rewards program, the loyalty rewards program, and I think that's something that's happening across the board, but it is trending. People are taking that into account, whether they are loyalty members, do they have rewards, are they using that toward their cruising experience, but it is happening, and it is one of those high talked about issues in 2026 that is on the good side for the loyal traveler, the loyal cruiser, if you will. So that's trending in 2026. Something called, and I just found out about this as I was getting this information for you guys, Skip Gen Travel. I had to look it up, y'all. I mean, they kind of told me what it is, but I didn't know there was a such thing as Skip Gen Travel. And what that is there are grandparents taking their grandkids on trips. So they're skipping mama and them. Now y'all can't go. This is G mama and G babies. Y'all can't go. Wait a minute. First of all, on one side, most parents are like, okay, y'all gonna be gone how long? Okay. And then there's like, what? We can't go. You weren't invited. I'm taking my G babies with me on a trip, whether they're cruising, whether they're gonna fly to Disney World, or maybe they're doing a whole weekend at was it Great Wolf Lodge, wherever. It is G mama and papa and the G babies. That generation in the middle, no, y'all can't go. I didn't know that was a thing. But apparently in 2026, this is what is happening. This is what is being booked now for 2026. Grandma and them taking the grandkids on a trip. And y'all can't go. Look. Okay. If I was y'all, okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. We talked about how travel agent saves you time and money. Oh. Here's one. And again, if you guys are just joining, my name is Tracy. I am your favorite travel agent, your travel bestie, if you will. And I'm talking to you about what it's like to be a travel agent. I'm giving away some good nuggets, some information, all right? So that you can talk to your travel agent. Or if you become a travel agent, this is some information you can share with your customers, okay? Hey, Imogene, what's going on, right? And here's another one. Hidden fees that travelers don't think about. Some things that when you're excited, you're gonna go on this trip, you're ready to go, and you don't think about these fees. One of them being resort fees. Like I said, on my first cruise, I didn't know about no fuel and passage fee or whatever. Okay, we learned, and now they incorporate that in the price of a cruise, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's already included, right? But when you go to things like I said, we were in Vegas and there was a resort fee. I didn't know about the resort fee until she pointed it out to me, right? And I was like, oh, okay. So you kind of want to make sure you add that to the budget, or talk to your travel agent who's going to say, okay, well, you're staying in such and such. There is a resort fee. There's a parking fee. There's a pool pass fee or whatever. Make sure you know what those resort fees are and that they are incorporated into your budget, because you would hate to get there and not be able to pay for it. Okay? All right. Airline seat selection fees. I got two things to say about that. When you are booking your flights, right? Travel agents can see on the screen as well as you can, because I know y'all DIY your travel. Okay. You can see where you're sitting. Normally, the blue sections are seats that are available. If they are any other color than blue, they are either gray, not available, or they come at an extra fee. All right. So you're like, oh, I want to sit up in the front in this seat right here. I don't know why it's yellow, but I'm going to click it. And then you find out, oh, if you want to get this seat, it's going to be another $324. Oh, no. Come on out that seat. Come on out. Right. So Make sure that if you want to sit in first class, business class, or economy, make sure you know that when you are booking your flights, or when you have your travel agent book your flights. Because if they just slap you in first class and you like, wait a minute, why did my flight go from $542 for two people to $899? Right? Because I put you in first class. You want to be in first class. I'm not prepared to pay those selection fees. A lot of us are not, okay? Especially on them little quick flights, some 2 to 3 hour flights. No, I'm not trying to pay for first class, okay? If I don't get upgraded or bumped up on my own, no. 5 and more hours, oh yeah, I want to be in first class. So when planning our trips, and I tell my husband, oh, we're going to be on that plane for at least 6 hours. We are incorporating the fact that we want to be in first class or business class for those 7 hours. I'm not sitting economy for six. No, I'm not doing that. All right. But you want to take those into consideration. Okay. Because if you don't think about it, you're going to be sitting there for 7 hours in economy. And you might have the money to go to first class, but you didn't know that. Okay. Checked baggage surprises. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of us already know there are some things you cannot put in your luggage. Okay? Firearms, weaponry, if you will, things of that nature. You know, there's a whole list on your favorite airlines, and your travel agent already knows this. And I'm pretty sure when they put your little packet together, hey, Jen, they're going to say, here, check this checklist. Here's TSA policy. This is what you're going to have in your luggage. And I know they're going to tell you about your carry-on, all right? Don't put nothing no bigger than that in your bag, because they're going to confiscate it. Okay? They're going to take it. Welcome back, Francis. They're going to take it, okay? So you don't want no checked baggage surprises. Now, when you're cruising, I will say this my favorite cruise line allows you to bring 1 bottle of wine per adult onto the ship. But here's the thing. You can't put that bottle of wine in your carry-on. It must be in your checked baggage, okay? Then once you get to the cruise line and you get at the airport and get to your little port, take it out, and then you can put it in your carry-on bag, okay? Otherwise, it might just disappear. Hey, Loretta, I'm just saying. Keep that in mind, right? Don't be putting stuff in there you know ain't got no business. Thank you for sharing the live, Loretta. And then play the. I didn't know that. Yeah, you did. You knew when you put it in there. Okay. Okay. And if you're not sure what you can and cannot put in your checked baggage, check with your travel agent. We know. No, you can't put that in there, girl. You can't sneak baby boy in the luggage. It's not going to work. He ain't going to make it. Connie says, my luggage was pulled because I had baby powder in my bag and they tested it. See what I'm saying? Thank you, Connie, because going forward, I'm going to tell you, because some people like to take the big bottles of, right. And you can't put that in your little your carry-on, and then it poofs all over the place. Now you got to stop and stay to the side and tell them, that is baby powder. Can't you smell it? No, they're going to test it. Okay. Michelle says, are the rules the same for Royal Caribbean? I do believe, I want to say, Michelle, yes. As far as when you're taking on any kind of alcoholic beverage, they do have different guidelines of how much and where you can take it. But you could always just check that if you're going to be DIYing your stuff yourself, all right, check your cruise line. If not, check with your travel agent. If they don't know off the bat, and if I don't know off the bat, I'm going to find out, okay? Did that help you, Michelle? You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay? All right. Port charges on cruises. Now, see, nowadays they're pretty much tied up into the price of the what's the word? Cruise. If there are additional port charges, they let you know before you book your cruise, so you'll know. I think there's something I want to say the Panama Canal. Where did I see it that there were additional port charges? But it's usually listed with the price of your cruise, okay? But again, check with your travel agent. Depending on where you want to go, they're going to tell you, oh yeah, there's going to be additional port charges in the amount of X that's going to be added to your price. This way you are aware of it. Normally, it's not one of those you pay after the fact thing. This is something you're going to pay up front. It's going to be part of your cruise price. But again, they may vary. depending on where you're going. All right. But at least you'll know that they exist. Okay. All right. Exchange rates. Now, this is advice, no matter whether you're cruising, flying, walking, taking a bus, I don't care. If you're going to a foreign country, right, before you leave home, before you leave the good US of A, go to your local bank or your branch, your bank, and go ahead and exchange that US currency for whatever currency of country that you're going to be visiting. Do it now. Do it now, especially with your own bank. Okay. If for whatever reason you forget, and you get all the way over there, you need rupees or rubles and yen or whatever, right? Don't do the exchange in the airport. Now, they might be coming for me, but don't do it in the airport, because those airport ATMs are going to charge you a higher exchange rate. Just like everything else is in the airport, it's more expensive. You know what I'm saying? That bottle of water at 7-Eleven, $1.99. In the airport, $6.15. Y'all know what I'm saying. Don't exchange it in the airport if you can avoid that at all costs. Once you get to the other side, if you can wait after you've landed and you've gotten to your hotel, find out where the local bank is, right, and then exchange them there. Right, you're going to get a better rate there. Okay, but just don't do it in the airport. And even if they have it in the hotel, I would definitely go to a bank. But if you can't get to a bank, go to the hotel. Just don't do it at the airport. That makes sense to everybody? All right. And don't take all, and I've known some people who've done this. They got like $1,000 in some cash. They took the whole $1,000 and they converted it to the country's, currency. Okay. But they only spent a third of it. Now they got to go back and pay another exchange rate to turn that money back into US currency. Let's not do that. Let's be, I'm going to say frugal, but let's be more responsible with our fundage. Okay. Thank you, Connie. All right. Oh, let me throw this out, because it said to throw out one of those little myth busting, travel myth busting segments. When you're booking travel and you're booking travel for yourself, hey Lisa, girl, I can't wait, Lisa. Anyway, when you're booking travel for yourself, like 85% of the people who are out there booking it, they're doing it themselves. They're not travel agents, and therefore they're not getting paid as travel agents. Okay. But when you're out there booking travel by yourself, a lot of people are doing it because they are trying to avoid paying a travel agent. Thank you for the follow, Connie. I'm going to follow you right back. They are trying to avoid paying a travel agent. Myth: you don't pay the travel agent. Travel agents are not paid by you, the traveler. I am a travel agent. I get a commission on the travel that I book. That commission is not coming from you, the traveler. Okay? It is coming from the suppliers, your favorite cruise line, your favorite resort, your favorite hotel. That's who's paying the travel agent, not you. So why are you trying to avoid paying a travel agent by doing it yourself? You're not paying a travel agent. You never did. Okay? Myth busted. Does anybody else have something that they thought was true about a travel agent, but I can tell you that it's probably not a myth that you believe? Go ahead and tell me. Be honest. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings, because I already know the truth. Okay? You can ask me. All right? Oh, okay. I thought something popped up. Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Let me see. Now, another thing that we as travel agents do to help our clients out, right? To help our travelers out, is we help try to personalize your trip, right? Let's say you're going to a week in the Bahamas, all right? You, the husband, maybe some kids. Kids need to go to the Bahamas too, right? See, I don't got no kids. I can help build that trip to max your vibe, because maybe like me, when my husband and I cruise, right, and we're going to hit 3 to 4 different islands on this trip, right, at least one of them is going to be a beach thing. We're going to I'm putting 10 toes in the sand of a place I've never been before, and I'm going to lay out on the beach. I'm going to go in the water and come out like Bo Derek did in the movie 10. Was it 10? Y'all know when she had her French, we call them French braids. Y'all call them cornrows, whatever. When she had them braids and she threw that head back coming up out the water. I have actually done that. My husband has it on video. I'm going to see if he still has it. I'm going to share it because I ain't scared. Okay. I like to do those things. My husband's not so much. He can swim like a fish, but he's not a beach type person. He's usually on the beach. Now, if there's a jet ski around, he will jet ski. Okay, he will jet ski, but I'm the beach person. He's the one that really likes to tour the museums, the monuments, the ruins and things of that nature. Go shopping in the biggest mall that they have, those kind of things. I like doing them, but I like doing the beach. So we compromise, right? One day it'll be a beach day, one day it'll be a tour day. Okay. Why are you so late on that? So I kind of matched my people to the things they want to go to do. They're going to be in the Bahamas. Okay, so you like to be on the beach. What does hubby like to do? What do the kids like to do? Let's find something that they're going to like too, so that everybody has a good time while they're on their trip, right? And then it really depends on the vibe that you're looking for. Hey, Monica, the vibe that you're looking for. Are you looking for something quiet? Like you just want to get up, have a nice leisurely cup of coffee. I said it just like that. Coffee. You want to have a nice cup of coffee, watch the sunrise. And I'm telling you right now, if you're on a cruise and you got a balcony, honey, those are the most beautiful sunrises ever. Okay, right? Or maybe, hey, August, I ain't seen you in a minute. Maybe you like that party thing, right? Every night there's a party somewhere on the ship, on the island, right? Let's make sure you're one of the people at the party, right? Or if it's a whole family thing, we're gonna make sure you're on the right place, on the right island, on the right cruise, doing the family friendly stuff, right? You like luxury travel? We could do that too. You want to be bougie about it? Let's do that. You're a foodie. You want to go somewhere where every time you turn around, somebody's throwing something in your mouth to eat? We could do that too. I like to match my people on their travel vibe, right? Because everybody don't like to do the same thing, right? I also check for accessibility needs, like y'all remember the grandkids and the grandparents? Okay. Well, sometimes y'all might need a scooter access or wheelchair access, or your rooms need to be handicap accessible. I check all of that to make sure that the last thing you want to worry about is, can you get into your room? Why am I looking at 101 steps to get to where I'm trying to go, right? I check all of those to make sure, again, that you're going to still be able to enjoy your trip, right? It doesn't matter whether you're walking with a cane, a walker, a scooter, a wheelchair. You still want to enjoy your vacation like everybody else. And I'm going to make sure you do just that. Okay. I map out transportation so you don't have to. So when you land, especially if you're going overseas, like to Dubai, okay, look, wherever you're going, I'm going to make sure, look, you don't know how to get to the hotel. You ain't trying to rent a car. You're like, let's make sure somebody's there to pick you up. All right, to get you to your hotel. And it's time to go. The last thing you really want to worry about is, how are we gonna get to the airport? What time do we have to leave? How long does it take? No, I got you. You will know all this before you leave. I really want to make this as enjoyable and memorable as possible and stress-free. Okay, so I help you with that transportation. Okay. Hi, Aliyah. All right, so let me ask y'all a few things, and then we're gonna skippy pip on out of here. Okay. Is there a dream vacation that you've been thinking about? Just the one place you're like, every time you close your eyes, you see yourself, that cow gone taking me away moment. Do you have a dream vacation? If so, drop it in the chat. Or, well, let me see. How do I say this? Your dream, your travel personality. What's your travel personality? Are you all about the relaxation, or you want some adventure? Or cruise life? I'm going to answer mine right now. Cruise life. Or are you a foodie? What's your travel personality? Relaxation, adventure, love them cruises? Are you a foodie? Are you a luxury traveler? All right, let me know. All right. Now, I know y'all know we're almost at the end of 2025, right? Most of us, I ain't gonna lie, are doing a lot of on the road traveling to get to grandma's turkey and dressing, okay? But the airports will be full, okay? But it's also going to be Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and that's even for travel. So where y'all trying to go next year? Because now's the time to get it done. Now's the time to start planning, okay? Right? So that it doesn't walk up and you say, well, I want to go somewhere in March, and here it is February. Let's not do that. Let's talk planning. So where you trying to go next year? Put it in the chat. Where you trying to go? I already got 2 cruises already, maybe 3. All right, so I already know where I'm going. Where y'all going next year? I just want to know. Okay, so I'm glad you guys hung out with me tonight. Let me see. And if you're just coming in like, what were we talking about? My name is Tracy. I'm your favorite travel agent, your travel bestie, right? And we have been talking all things travel as it's seen from the eyes of a travel agent, trying to drop some nuggets and some little information to you guys so that your next trip that you're going to plan with your favorite travel agent is going to go off without a hitch. Okay. And if you're interested in being a travel agent, because I'm not going to leave that completely out, visit travelagentworkshop.com. Use my code TNIGHT5602. Learn about what it's like to be a travel agent, how you can be your own travel agent. Chances are, hey Renee, chances are y'all were already doing the job of a travel agent, except that you were doing it for free. Learn more when you go to travelagentworkshop.com. All right. And all that information is over there in my profile. So if you're connected to me, we're following each other, you know how that thing works, right? You can get that information out of my profile. Now, normally I am here, I don't know, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. I won't be here Thanksgiving because just like y'all, I'm going to be cooking, eating, watching TV, getting some itis, making an 11 o'clock plate. Okay. Now, if you look, I haven't decided yet. I may go live Wednesday night, tomorrow night, around 11 o'clock, because that's my tradition. I'm going to be having some chitlins. Fix your face. And that's when I usually get some music on, glass of wine, and I am cleaning my chitlins. I may share that experience with you guys. You ain't got to smell it. And we can talk a little bit about travel then as well, or whatever you guys want to talk about. It's all about y'all. Okay. It's all about y'all. I really hope tonight helped y'all understand travel just a little bit better, and how key it is to use your travel agent when you're booking your next travel. How even more important it is if you want to be your own travel agent, you can do that. Okay. Simply visit travelagentworkshop.com and use my code TNIGHT5602. Or you can text the word workshop to 281-767-9711, right? If you ever need any help planning a trip, whether it's a cruise, luxury, a resort, a weekend getaway at your favorite nearby hotel, you just don't want to tell the family about it because you don't want them to find you. That part, I'm here. No pressure, none whatsoever, just good planning. I just want to make sure that wherever you're trying to go, that you're going to have a great time when you get there, okay? You can also follow me for more tips. If you follow me here on the TikTok, you notice I put little videos up in here to keep you educated and motivated about you yourself and travel, right? I want to get you where you want to go, all right? I go live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, except on days where it's my husband's day off. He's off tomorrow too, by the way, but depending on whether he in the house or whatever, I might still go live. Hey, Kiara. That's another one of my travel sissies. Hey, girl. And then if there's something going on, like, the whole Thanksgiving thing, right? But I will be here after that, because remember, Black Friday and Cyber Monday ain't just for the shopping malls, okay? Now's the time. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the live. Now is the time to go ahead and get and book those travels. Remember what I told y'all, all-inclusive resorts, now's the time to book those for 2026, okay? Yeah, Kiara, I've been working this whole week. Thank you for the heart me. I went live yesterday, live today. I'll probably go live late tomorrow. I was just telling them, look, I'm making chitlins for Thanksgiving. Y'all ain't gonna smell it. Don't worry about it. Okay? They're gonna be good. Anyway, but I usually do that at night. So I may do a late night travel talk, while I'm doing that, just because I want to hang out with you guys and I'm gonna miss you. And then Thursday, nope, I'm not gonna do it. But I am going to be available. So if you're connected to me and I'm connected to you, go ahead and dip into my inbox, right? Oh, and speaking of which, we did make 5K today. So since we did, Kiera says, yes, me too, sis. I'm pushing while a little under the weather. Oh, girl, and tired. You're not tired, tired. I feel you. Okay. I hope you feel a little bit better, though. I really do. I hope you feel better. And because we did make it to 5K today, right? I will be saying thank you with travel vouchers, travel getaway vouchers. All you need to do is to slide into my DM, type the number 5, the letter K, and your email address so I can send that to you. Because I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Because you didn't have to be here. You could have been anywhere in the tiki-taki streets. Okay, but you were here with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the go popular, Kiera, girl. You could end here showing out. Go ahead. All right. And again, follow me for more tips. I love helping y'all plan smarter. All right. Travel better, save some money. Why not? Okay. I think that's it. So in the meantime, in between time, and until I see you guys again, take care of yourself, take care of each other, be blessed, and know that I love you. Good night.